Hello everyone. Welcome to Dance Therapy Wednesday night dance class. Thank you for coming. I was looking forward to this all day. It's been a long day. I'm sure you guys have long days too. And I was so excited that we get to dance tonight. So welcome everyone. Say hello to Facebook people and Instagram people. Hopefully you can all see me. If you're out there and you're ready to go, get yourself checked in. I'm just going to make one little adjustment and see if I can. Okay, that's a bit better. All right. Yeah, we're just figuring this out. All right, so anyway, say hello if you're here. Let me know if you can hear me all right, you can see me. I can see me. Let's see if I have me on my Facebook. Not yet. Okay, let's see. If I'm never there, you always hit refresh and then I will come up. There I am. Okay, I got me. Here I am. All right, so welcome to class. Tonight we're going to have a great time working with vertical figure eights, variations on a vertical figure eight. There are lots of eights and we're going to pick that one and kind of play with it and do some different things with it. So tonight we'll be using music from Middle-Earth, Frank Lazaro and Middle-Earth, the Lavender album. And that one is super cool. Let me show you. If you don't have this one already, it's beautiful. Let me get it so there's no glare there. Lavender from Middle-Earth. Beautiful, beautiful music. And we'll be using some of their songs for rhythm. And let's see. All right. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Susan. I'm glad you can see me and hear me. Good. The only thing missing is you, Miss Nikki. You belong right here. Your spot is right there. Okay, here we go. So, vertical figure eights. There are, the way I teach, basically there's four kinds of eights. There's two verticals and two horizontals. And so on the horizontal, there's a forward and a back, and on the vertical, there's an upward and a downward. We are going to work with the upward vertical figure eight on the hips and do some variations with that. So we need to warm up our hip area and a lot of our waist and abs because the abdominals help to move the hips. The legs push the hips from below and give them power, and then the stomach also helps to move your hips. So let's see, all right. Hello, Yana. Hello, everyone. Okay, so we're going to be warming up our stomach muscles and our leg muscles to help make our hips move. So let me get the music going and we'll get started. Let's see. All right, here we go. Make sure that sounds okay to you, that it's not too loud or too soft. You should hear some kind of music in the background. All right, so let's start with a big circle of the hips. There we go. It's funny, I'm watching my two phones and my laptop. Trying to see if everything looks okay. So far, so good. Big circles. Now reverse. Make it big, make it loose. Start loosening up the hip muscles, legs, thighs, quads. Make it a little bit bigger, a little slower. Reverse. Good. All right, turn your hip forward. We're going to do a horizontal forward figure eight just as a warm-up. So on this, you're using your abdominals. Contract your lower abs and obliques to turn one hip to the back. So if I'm taking, this is my left, so it may be your right. Contract my left oblique back, push with my right hip, boom, and I have a twist. And then I contract the opposite oblique, pull it back, push with the opposite hip glute, contraction the other way. So you get this turning, twisting motion by contraction and pushing with the opposite hip. So when you're trying to do an 8, you do the two things at the same time. So it helps to turn your hip and makes it nice and smooth. Oh, that feels nice. All right, back to the circle. There it is. All right, bend over the side, arm goes over the head. Oh yes, a little tight, just a little tight there. Oh goodness. Woo. Lots of abs and push-ups last night, so, oh goodness. And then I decided on Sunday I needed to do yoga with a partner, a little bit of the couple yoga and we were trying a little bit of balancing and acro yoga. It's really quite amusing. But I got really sore doing that. I'll post some of the photos so you can laugh along with me. They turned out pretty good. Oh my goodness, but I did something. All right, pull again. Now push your hip opposite and really think about opening up your side body and the muscles all the way down through your hip. And the other side. And take it front, flat back. You can keep your knees relaxed or straight, whatever feels good. Take it down. Down to the floor. Just drop it in there. Bend your legs. And roll it up. Oh yes. A little bit sore, but that's okay. Dancing makes it all better. Let's try that again. Reach up to the side and the side. And then roll it down to the floor. And bring it up. Good. Activate stomach, shoulders, arms. Now contract your back, press your chest forward, and round it. Pull it in. Forward and round. And press. And press. Forward and back. And forward and back. Forward and back. Keep moving. Forward and back. Now a little quicker. Front and back. And front and back. Just loosening up. Loosening up the chest and the spine. Oh, yes. A little bit more. All right, keep wide apart. Lean your body to the side. Keep your arms parallel. Push your hip now. You're going to get a little more distance there in your waist and hip muscles. And switch. Lean it over. Push your hip and lean opposite. Oh, that's feeling better. Just had to wake them up a little bit. Sitting in front of a computer is not healthy for anyone, but it seems to be a big part of our life. So we just deal with it and bring it around. All right. Now let's look at our pelvis a little bit. I'm going to skip forward a song. Just a little bit of tucking and contracting so we can get ready to do our figure eights. All right, so find your abdominals right in the middle there. Let's do a big contraction. In and release. In and release. And when you release, I want you to kind of push it out a little bit. Push. Oh, yes. Because pushing out is as important as pulling in. Oh, this is really that. That's impressive. It doesn't always go out that far. flexibility, movement, and strength. So we're going to fine tune this a little bit. This is the whole middle column, rectus abdominis, right up vertically, up and down the middle of your stomach. Now get on the outside here, you've got external obliques. We're running at a diagonal, wrapping around. So find this side, contract in, and in, and in. As you contract in on your diagonal, that one hip will pick itself up a little bit because the stomach pulls in and that lifts the hip in that direction. This is a really important contraction when we're returning and recovering from some of the vertical figure eights that we'll be doing. Plus, it's a really good isolation. All right, let's move to the other side. Contract, release, contract, release, contract. There you go. I can see you, I know I can. In you go. Now, your middle is going to go with you too, a part of it, but it's not going to be that whole center. It's going to be more off to the side. So sometimes it helps just to put your hands there on a diagonal so your brain can actually find the muscle and tell it to contract. Switch sides, in and release. Switch sides, in. We're doing one of each. And in, release. Other side, in, release. 1 and 2 and 3. Good. Keep moving. In, release, in, release. All right. Should feel good. In and in. Couple more. Oh, feels nice to find the muscles and help them work. All right, shake it out. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. All right, let's look at a figure eight. I'm going to turn this off for a minute. Okay, so vertical figure eight on the up and some different variations of it. So you are drawing the number 8. It's like you're drawing it on the wall in front of you. So it's laying on its side, right? You can see the shape here. It's laying on its side and it's vertical, meaning it's standing up and down parallel with the wall and it's sideways, right, as opposed to horizontal on the floor. So pick a hip. I'm going to pick my left hip here. Squat down a little bit. Take your hip out. Pick it up with one leg. So you're going to come up onto the ball of that outside foot. Lift the ball up and down. That moves your hip up and down. Up. Now, here's the oblique contraction. Your hip has to come in. You can push it in with your leg, but it won't curl. It'll just go back to center. To get it to come up and over and make that gushy, beautiful, squishy movement that belly dance is known for, you have to contract right there. Ooh, pull in, right? And then down. So you're making a nice vertical circle. Out, up, squish it in, contract, contract, and sit it back down where it started. Stay on the ball of that foot because that gives you more mobility. Out, up, contract your abdominals, pull in and sit normal. Out, up, contract and down. Out, up, contract and down. Good. All right. Let's try the other side. Ball of the foot. So push your hip out. Push it up with the ball of the foot now. Oblique contraction. In. You've got to contract and gush. Think gushy, squishy movements. In. And sit it back down. Out, up, contraction, and in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out, up, in, and down. Out, up, in, and down. So it's really important, that warm-up that we did of contracting these oblique muscles. Those work really hard in making vertical circles. So out, up, contraction, and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now make it smooth. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's switch sides. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And switch sides again. Let's do 2 on this side, 2, and then 1, and 2. Now just 1 each side. 1 circle on one side, 1 circle on the other. And they cross over each other. So as you make 1 circle, so you've got a circle here and a circle here, right? So they meet and then your hip goes across to the other side. It makes a circle and goes diagonally across, starts the other circle and diagonally across. So you've got this in the middle. You've got this diagonal line. So you can see my hip, it goes up. Now watch. See the diagonal? Straight down, right? On the diagonal, out, up, and diagonal. Out, up, in, out, up, in. Good. So when this hip is up, this one's already down. So you just go slide down diagonal, out, now up. Now contract really hard. Obliques, contract, contract. Pull it in, right? That is the best part of the vertical figure eight, because here it is without it. It's okay, right? It's okay. But watch. You can now it's good, right? So really work on developing your external oblique contraction to finish off that figure eight. It looks really, really good. All right, let's see what's going on here. Anjani, hi. Okay. Nice to see you again. Thanks for joining us. I haven't seen you in a long time, so thanks for checking in. Up and contract, up and contract, up and contract. Oblique, oblique, oblique. I can't say it enough, so I'll just keep saying it. Contract. Up and in, up and in, up and in, up and in. And voila, we now have our beautiful, wonderful vertical figure eight. So what we're going to work on now is, hi Marzu, we're going to work on variations. Okay, so let's look at what we're going to do. First of all, just some of the easy things with the vertical figure eight. Level changes and size changes. Change the whole look of this, because a vertical eight, you're just drawing an eight, right? So you've got the same thing on both sides. We'll just put your arms out in second for right now. All right, but you can take it down, so do a little plie and get kind of low, right, as low as you want to go, and then come up. You can even come up on your tippy toes, and then down. So we're not going to spend too much time on this because it's kind of simple, but level changes are cool. So for example, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. Simple but effective. Looks really cool. All right, now look at, what was I going to add in here? I had a great idea. Oh yeah, different sizes. All right, so let's make this side large and this side small. Large and small. Large and small. Right, so let's make it big and gushy on one side, and then little. Big, little. Big, little. Big, little. Big, little. Now just do it normal. Contract, contract, contract. Now other side. Big one and little. Big and little. Big and little. Big and little. So those are kind of obvious things. You can change the size, all right? I saw one more. I'm just checking. Nope, okay, I'm just checking on comments, trying to keep up with everybody. So what we're going to add right now are some accent drops, okay? So we're going to add a single drop. So picture the circle, picture the eight that you're making, right? So as you come up here and you're starting your contraction, you're going to do a little drop of the hip on your way down to the other side. Actually, that's going to help get you down to the other side. So let's rewind a little bit and look at that technique. So take one hip, pick a hip, go up. Now, how do you get this hip down? You can put the heel on the ground, you can bend your knee, right? And that will take the hip down, right? So out, up, down. I'm going to show you the glute technique because I like it super crispy and super sharp. So while you are bending your knee and coming down, so this is my left, okay? My right glute is getting ready to contract. So if I squeeze, right glute, you can see it, right? You can see right there, watch. Boom, right? It contracted, but look what happens. This hip gets pulled down, right? Because this one's contracting, which evens out your hips, makes them parallel. If one hip is above and you squeeze the other one, boom, it slams it down into place and it makes it crispy and sharp. So come up, opposite glute. All right, so try that. Let's try that on both sides. Shoot, my computer, there we go, went to sleep. All right, so up and contract opposite glute. Up, figure 8, and contract. It's a bit tricky because you're thinking, okay, where is it? So as you come up here, you're on the ball of your foot, you're ready to contract your obliques. You're standing on the one that you want to squeeze. It should be loose right now. Now just grab it and squeeze it. And yes, that leg will straighten out a bit, and that's okay. So up, drop, 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 up, drop. So that gives you more of a rhythm. You can use an a downbeat and an upbeat, right? So it could be downbeat, upbeat, downbeat, upbeat, downbeat, upbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, so that's a cool little variation. It's putting a little drop in the middle. Now we're going to add a slight curve, right? So we're going to build on this. We're doing a vertical, but what I want you to do is just slightly, so instead of coming straight up, I want you to pivot on the ball of your working foot about that much, right? Just slightly pivot, oblique contraction, and finish your 8. So see how it's slightly coming forward. It can come all the way forward, right? And then we're turning it into something else, more of a forward figure 8. All I want is a little tilt, right? Just a little hint. So try vertical, up, up, up. Now pivot forward, just a slight amount, because we don't want to confuse it with the forward 8. It's supposed to look a little bit more curvy, right? It should look a little more interesting. Around you go, around you go, around. So up, curve, and down, up, curve, and down. Now that we have our new shape, we're going to add 2 drops, all right? So I call this the high-low drop inside of the 8, all right? So the first one was vertical with 1 drop, right? Squeezing the opposite glute. This is going to be slightly curved with 2 drops, 1 high and 1 further down. So picture your 8, okay? So I'm going to do it with my hands. Is this making sense? Hopefully this is making sense. All right, so here we are, coming up, over you go. 1 is here, go further down, and the other one is here. So come up, drop, high, low. You're going to squeeze your opposite glute each time. So come up and over, get your little 8 going, and don't go too far forward. We want it to still look vertical. All right, now drop, go further down, drop again. Up, drop high, drop low. Drop high, drop low. When you drop low, you're going to release your foot. Okay, so it's high, low, release your foot, because now that foot has to step for the next one. So it's almost all the way down. Go up, drop high and low. High, low. High, low. High, low. High, low. High, low. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8. All right? Is that not cool? I thought you'd like that one. I think it's really, really fun. So let's put on some music and try. Try to release your foot so you get that walking look to it. All right? Let me see my tempo. If I have my tempo, maybe. I'm taking it slow. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and high, low. High drop, low drop. Up and down, and up and down, up and down, and up and down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 7, rest. All right, let's see if I can get a better tempo. It seems like it's working. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is Miserloo. Can you hear that? High, low, high, low, high, low. So, one thing that you'll notice, let's notice together, when you're doing your figure 8, without any drops, where is the downbeat? 1, 2. It's on the up, isn't it? It's on this curve. Up, in, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now add 1 drop. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So it's on the and. When you add the 2 drops, what happens? The downbeat shifts to the drops. Because you can't go 1 and, right? Because there's 2 drops. So what happens is you have to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And so the first drop, the high drop, becomes the 1. So you bypass the whole up part, come around, and then the first drop, 1, low drop, and. First drop, 2, low drop, and. Okay? Makes more sense that way. So let's try it. It's going to be quicker, but we're going to try it. 5, 6, 7, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Good. Now, walk forward. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7. Walk back. High, low. Up and down. Up and down. Up. Forward. Back. A lot of stomach contraction. And relax. Oh. Okay. In here. Is this getting you? This is what you're using. So, hopefully, hopefully you're feeling that. Okay, because those are the muscles that you're using. Those are what are really, really working. All right, let's see. Okay. All right. So that is single drop, double drop, the high, low, traveling forward, traveling back, right? So that should be fun. Oh, that should give you lots to chew on. All right, let's look at something else. Oh, actually, let's put it in a little combination. So let's go, let's take a progression. Regular, 1 drop, 2 drops with regular figure 8s. All right, so let's just progress through it and put it all together, because then you can feel how it all goes with everything else. And then we'll look at another step. Okay, here we go. All right, vertical 8s, plain and simple. Come on, muscles, you can do it. I'm contracting really hard, so they're kind of going, ow. All right, here we go. Plain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Add a single drop. 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. And now double drop and high, low and high, low and high, low and high, low and plain. 6, 7, 8, high, low, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6. So they look nice together. One more time. can do. You can have some fun with these. All right, we're going to look at a one hip. Well, it's not really, it's half of an 8, right? It's still in the vertical 8 category. It's called Samiha. It's actually got a formal name. I believe it was named by Jamila Salampour, Sohaila Salampour's mom, who named a lot of the steps that we use now are named by her because she is responsible for most of the belly dance on the West Coast, this Jamila Salampour method. So a lot of the names of things and rhythms and zill patterns and things are all because of her. She brought belly dance to the West Coast a long time ago, 40s, 50s, 60s, quite a while back. But it was really great that that happened because now we have this wonderful dance that we can play with, and it's being carried on through the Salampour family, which I'm very, very grateful for. So Samiha is a step that is a circle or a half of a figure 8. So remember, you've got a circle on one side and a circle on the other, right? Samiha is one-sided, so one circle, or the other side, depending on which way you want to go. And there's a pushing off step. Let me get over here. There's a push off with it. So if I'm going to travel to my right, I'm going to circle with my left hip and I'm going to step and step and step. So when you do an 8, you circle and step, circle and step, circle and step. When you do Samiha, you just do one side. Circle and step, do the same side, circle and step, circle and step. All right, so let's try that. It's S-A-M-I, Samiha, S-A-M-I-H-A, I believe. Yeah, S-A-M-I-H-A. And it's just a one-sided 8. So let's go on this outside here. This is my right. We're going to circle it up and step to the left. Big circle. Up, in, in. So it's one circle, one hip, and the other foot is just stepping, right? Switch sides. Up and step, circle, up, in, and step. I'm putting my hand here so my brain kind of knows what to do. When you're trying to learn these things, your hands help a lot. So if your hips are confused, just put your hand on it because your hand knows to draw a circle, right? It knows how. So your brain will figure it out more when your hand is there. Try the other side. 1, and maybe this one can come up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Switch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Switch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Last one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Good. All right. So that is Samiha. And let me see what I want to do with this. What should I say? Oh yeah. All right. So we're going to combine this Samiha, with the other 8s with the drops, right? And we're going to vary the size a little bit, okay? So make your Samiha very big and gushy, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now lift the other side, single drop, and then you can go the other way. Big gushy, one-sided Samiha, 3, 4, and then up, drop, drop. So we're going to do 2 Samihas, 2 vertical figure 8s with a single drop, all right, for an 8 count. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One hand up. Now 2 hands up, drop, drop. 1 hand up, 3, 4, 5, and drop, 6, and drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and drop, 6, and drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so let's try that with music and see how that feels. Here we go. Let's see. We're doing Miserlou because it's a nice, medium, slow tempo, fairly easy. You can hear that. 5, 6, pick a hip, and we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, drop, drop, drop. And one hip, lift and drop, and one hip, whoops, lift and drop, one more. Okay, one more. There you go. Okay, so they combine really nicely, really nicely. And Samiha is always really good to travel with. If you've got to get somewhere and you're going reasonably, you can go fast too. You can skedaddle, right? You can get over there pretty nicely with a nice little Samiha. So you can be going a 1 and a 2, and then just stop, do some 8s, and then off you go again. Right? So it's kind of fun. It's a nice little kind of a crawling motion. And you can, on the Samiha, you can add a shimmy to it. We're not doing that right now. It's a little bit out there, but that back, just so you know, this back leg can be shimmying the whole time. And so you can add the shimmy over the circle, which is really fun. There's all kinds of accents that you can put in there. So there's lots more layers to play with, but we're gonna work on this level for right now. All right, let me show you another one. Let me think now. What did I want to do? Push off with plane. Oh yeah, Samiha with the horizontal hip circle. All right, we're going to travel to the side. Let's see. Yeah, okay. We're going to travel to the side with the 1 hip 8, the Samiha, and we're going to add a large hip circle in between. So it makes a nice little combo. So let me see how this goes. We're going like this, and then, yeah, okay, I remember. All right, first of all, let's get the large hip circle. Put your feet shoulder width apart. Take your hip just either side, one side or the other. Now go forward and around the back. Forward and around the back. Forward and around the back. So the couple key things. The downbeat for this particular move is here in the front. If you're standing on a clock, it would be the 12. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So each time you pass the center front, that is a downbeat. Depending on the direction you're going, that's when you're going to step with your traveling foot. So if I'm traveling to my right, I'm going to put my hip forward at the 12 as I step my hip out. 1. And then it comes to the back as my feet come together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is super important because the hip circle needs to look balanced. When your feet are apart stepping, your hip needs to be here as opposed to here. Your brain wants to put your hip over your foot really bad, right? What it wants to do is this, okay? Because your hip is used to being led by the foot, all right? But you see, it's not the same, right? So I want you to concentrate really hard on stepping wide with your feet, but think about this motion, pushing straight ahead. Push your hip forward instead of to the side. So you're going to step to the side, right? Step square, but your hip is going to go forward, back. And so in class I drill this. So watch if I go to the side. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Right? So you train yourself. Step side, hip forward. Step together, hip back. Forward, back, forward, back. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. If you have a mirror, look closely, because are you going forward, back, or are you going, do you think you're going forward? Are you doing this? A lot of times your hip just runs away with you and goes with the foot. So that's a little tricky part. But it will look more balanced if you get your feet square and your hips centered. All right? So what's going to happen is we travel, hip goes front and front and front and. So then you don't look off center. You don't look crooked. So try that. Good. And switch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Switch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Samiha, 1, 2, 1 hip circle, horizontal hip circle, 1 hip Samiha, horizontal hip circle. They alternate. They look so good together. So try it. It's always, so the Samiha is always done on your outside hip. So if you're traveling to the left, your Samiha happens on the right because it pushes you toward, the circle pushes you toward the direction you want to go. So I want to go that way, so my hip is over here that's going to work. All right, so 1 hip circle Samiha, step. Now circle front, back, and then 1 hip circle and front to back. 1 hip circle and front to back. Switch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Isn't that cool? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and circle. And so it's kind of a vertical and then a horizontal. Vertical, horizontal. Also keep that in mind so you enjoy the contrast. Try not to blend them so much that it kind of mushes all together. Make sure that one is very vertical and the next one is very horizontal. All right, so let's try. All right, just pick a hip. Go whichever way you want. 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1 circle, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. Switch sides. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch sides. Samiha. Horizontal, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. Good. And 1, 2. Good. All right, let's put it with the other ones now, just to review. Samiha, horizontal, regular 8. Samiha, horizontal, regular 8. Again, big one, horizontal, regular, regular. Let's switch sides. 7, 8. Big circle, horizontal, 8, 8. Big, horizontal, 8. Now curve it forward, come in slightly. Add 1 drop. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So 1 drop, regular quick ones. 1 drop, regular, quick, 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 quick. 1 and 2 and 5, 6, 7. 1 more, up, drop, 5, 6, double drop, drop, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, regular, slow. And again, high and low, high and low, high and low, high and low, regular. Contract, here we go. Up and down, and 1 and 2, 5, 6 and 7 and 8. Slow. Quick ones. Last set. High, low, and high, low, and 5, 6 and 7, 8. Samiha. High and low, and high and low, and high and low. High Samiha. Good. Regular 8s. 1 drop. Double drop. Nice. All right, relax. Woo! a little break. Besides, that's the end of my the end of my notes, right? So I will turn you loose. I'll turn that off. I think I got through everything. Let me make sure. Samiha playing drops. Yes, I did. I think this was fun. So it's really kind of cool to take one move and add all these variations and do all these fun things with it. I had a great time. Hopefully you had fun with me. I hope so. So I will turn you loose. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to share and like and do all that stuff that you do with these videos. It'll be up on YouTube very soon. You've got a YouTube channel. If not, just look for Meleah Nelson on YouTube and you'll see I have a channel. You can subscribe and see all the videos you want. I have over 100 classes up there now. This is crazy how long this has been going on. Ever since we shut down last March, I've been doing this twice a week. And, you know, it looks like we're getting toward the end of it, but I'm still going, right? I'm not ready to be in a crowded room yet with people. So I am still going to be doing this, and hopefully you can join me as well. So thanks again, and I'll see you, let's see, we're on Wednesday, so I'll see you Saturday at 6. We'll do another fun class. Let me get myself sort of turning out one light, see if I can get out of here gracefully. This is the hard part, is trying to figure out how to turn the silly thing off. But I'll see you in a few days. Thanks again, and have a great night.